Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. There are a few people I do need to recognise as well on this most important evening. Honourable Mike Gallagher, MLC, Minister for Police and Emergency Services. The Honourable Linda Burney, MP, Deputy Leader of the Opposition. Rotary International Regional Head for the South Pacific and Philippines Office, Mr Frank Pezzamenti. The President of the Rotary Club of Sydney, Edward Boyce. District Governors Phil White, David Rand, Mr David Cook. My colleagues, Commissioner Retired Lauer, Commissioner Retired Moroney, and their beautiful wives Joy and Bev, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, can I start by saying I'm so pleased and Joy and I are certainly honoured to be here, and I want to thank you that I've had the chance to say a few words and to welcome you. But before I do, I think there's something we need to do. I want to thank the Rotary Club of Sydney and the Rotary Clubs of New South Wales. This has been so far already a stunning evening. Look around you. What a spectacular setting. Cameroni asked me, who pays for all this? And I said, you know, they don't ask us for $1 because the Rotary Clubs, through sponsorship and through the hard efforts, they do all of this work. This is certainly something that means a great deal to me, and I know it means a great deal to the officers of the New South Wales Police, that you've actually gone to the trouble that you've gone to the enormous amount of trouble, time and effort to make it happen is something that we are very, very pleased and very proud to have you as our partners in this evening. So thank you, and thank you again for the opportunity to celebrate, as Tim said, excellence in policing. So can I ask you just to join with me to thank Rotary at this stage? Thank you. Last year, 2010, was the inaugural Rotary New South Wales Police Officer of the Year Awards, and for those that were there, it was a fantastic event. But incredibly, you've managed to actually surpass that event this year. The Minister's already indicated we had 4 awards last year. There was Field Operations Specialist and Corporate Services, Community and Volunteers, and that was great to be able to recognise our volunteers, plus there was an overall award. Well, this year, there's an additional award. It's been added to recognise the achievement in the workplace by our civilian staff, which is so important right across our organisation. And that award will be known forever as the New South Wales Rotary Police Employee of the Year. The New South Wales Police Force, as I'm sure you all know, is a very large and a most extreme and diverse organisation. It's made up of police officers, civilians, volunteers, each and every one of those people driven by a desire to do their very best to serve their own local communities. And so it's great to see the awards reflect that diversity and to recognise our civilians and once again our volunteers who work tirelessly alongside of our sworn officers. More broadly, can I thank Rotary across New South Wales again for their continued recognition of police at a local level. Joy and I get the privilege of going to many, many of those nights, and they are spectacular nights. I think this year we've travelled hundreds of kilometres, and we've travelled a couple of kilometres to different venues from home, but they're all the same. They have that spirit of community, commitment of certainly civil-minded people coming together to recognise the fantastic work that's being done. You know, we're a state police force. We've got national and international connections, but the service hub, where it happens, the place where the rubber, to use that old term, really meets the road, is in the various commands that are scattered right across the state. Our 80 local area commands, where our frontline police and the community actually come together to address local needs, and our specialist and corporate command areas providing the most professional and technical support that is essential to modern day policing. And that's where the local level of the focus that Rotary brings is really invaluable. There are very few things as rewarding and certainly as powerful to police at their local level as their local community. And community organisations patting them on the back for a job well done is something that does mean a lot. You know, our police actually swear an oath of office that they will, to the best of their powers, keep and preserve the peace that we all enjoy, and I mean we all enjoy. What motivates them to protect and to serve their communities can't be easily explained to those that are outside of law enforcement. It's difficult to do that. Every day, as they carry out their sworn duties, risk is certainly a constant companion. But willingly and with a clear sense of duty, They walk out of their doors each day ready to place themselves between good and evil, knowing that that could come at some personal cost. But I've said in many forums that it takes a very special calibre of person to do that, to be a good police officer, and I would say that that's no less true of Rotarians. You don't become a Rotarian, and in fact you don't become a police officer just for the thanks. There's a shared drive, a shared commitment, a shared sense of duty to be of service to others, to do the absolute best that we can for our communities and to make our communities safer and better places. All of us certainly want a safe and just New South Wales, but we can only make progress when everyone plays their part. That's police, that's government, that's non-government agencies and the community itself. And tonight's awards are a wonderful expression of that shared commitment. They demonstrate to everyone within the New South Wales Police Force the goodwill, the care and the genuine appreciation for them and their work that resides out there in our communities. Can I just for a minute take off my Police Commissioner's hat and put on for a moment and speak briefly on behalf of Police Legacy as their Vice Patron? Tim's already indicated that tonight the proceeds go to Legacy. On behalf of Police Legacy, I would like to thank Rotary Clubs of New South Wales for donating funds that are raised tonight to that most worthy cause. You know, Legacy was established, New South Wales Police Legacy, in fact, was established in 1987. It's the only charitable organisation that looks after the families of deceased New South Wales police officers. Police Legacy provides much needed emotional and financial support to the partners and to the children of deceased police officers, and they currently support over 1,000 widows and 250 dependent children. The youngest legatee is just 2 years of age. Our oldest legatee celebrated her 100th birthday in August, so that's a pretty big span. Listen to their legacy vision, and it really touched me when I first read this, that no partner or child of a deceased serving or former New South Wales police officer will ever feel forgotten or in need. They are noble words, truly noble words, and they achieve this in a whole range of ways. They have grief and trauma counselling, they manage the trust funds, they provide education and tertiary grants, they organise functions to help family members keep in touch, simple actions such as providing birthday and Christmas gifts to our young legatees, and it means a lot. So any funds that are raised tonight, any funds that are raised will be gratefully accepted. Keep that most important work going. I think we have 2 legatees with us here tonight, somewhere in the room. Yeah, if you can, I don't know where you are. Jack, I think you're here somewhere. Where are you all? Ah, here's Jack. Here with Mum tonight, and it's great to have you both here, so thank you for coming and being part of this night. In closing, this is a big event. You can see how much work's got into it. Events like this just don't happen. They just, you know, these are massive events to stage, and you know, this has been a very big undertaking. So I want to thank those that have put on this award night, but particularly the committee. There is an organising committee that was involved in this, and everyone else that's played a role in putting it together. As I say, people like our special friends in Rotary, the event sponsors, we wouldn't be here without them. Staff from my own office who assisted. And look, there are many, many, many others that if I haven't named you, I'm sorry, but you know who you are. We really, really want to thank you all. So in closing right now, let me leave it there. I want to turn the spotlight now on those people who really deserve it, and they're our award winners. Thank you, enjoy your night. It's certainly a pleasure and an honour to be here with you, and I look forward to talking with many of you, probably at the end when I think the rock band's on, Tim says, though we don't get to say much because you can't hear anything back. So thanks, Tim. Good on you, thank you.